Louisiana post office bursting into flames. At least 5 people dead, including a sports reporter, the daughter-in-law of an LSU football coach. Those on the plane said to be en route to today's major college playoff game. That coach wiping away tears on the field. The deadliest aviation accident there in 10 years. The big winter storm gaining strength, marching across the country, millions in its path. That semi-truck losing control in heavy fog, sheets of ice sending this school bus skidding. Winter weather alerts from the Rockies to New England. No survivors. New details coming in on that fatal chopper tour crashing in Hawaii. The concern tonight for rescue teams. Truck bomb massacre, the rush hour attack at a busy security checkpoint. That death toll at least 79, and officials fear it could rise. Many of the dead are students. Plus, would he testify? Former Vice President Joe Biden saying he would not comply with a congressional subpoena to appear in the Senate impeachment trial. Now clarifying those remarks, saying there's no basis to call him as a witness. Mom's desperate plea, the young woman vanishing after leaving a bar with 2 men, texting a friend she may be in trouble. Missing since before Christmas, her mom now turning to social media in a desperate search to find her. And kidnapping scare, the bizarre scene for a family at a restaurant when a stranger appears to try to steal the 2-year-old away, all caught on camera, and the alert 12-year-old sibling who saved the day.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Whit Johnson, in for Tom Yamas. We begin tonight with the deadly and tragic plane crash in Louisiana. That Piper Cheyenne carrying 6 passengers plunging into a post office parking lot southwest of Baton Rouge, just missing an apartment complex. Witnesses say it snagged power lines before bursting into flames. Multiple fatalities on board, injuries on the ground. And sources tell ABC News the travelers were en route to the college playoff game, the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, LSU versus Oklahoma. One of the victims, sports reporter Carly McCord, whose father-in-law is the LSU offensive coordinator. Officials in Lafayette reporting a mother and her teenage son also among the fatalities. The NTSB now on its way. ABC's Kaylee Hartung is in Lafayette, starting us off.
Tonight, the horrifying crash in Lafayette, Louisiana.
This is bad, bad, bad.
A twin-engine plane with 6 on board plummeting to the ground just after takeoff.
And the plane just blew up. Then when it blew up, and then that's when that first cop came, and we just started recording.
Oh my God.
Just before 9:30 a.m., witnesses saw the low-flying aircraft struggling, slamming a power line just feet away from an apartment building. The plane bursting into flames as it crashed. The fuselage nearly hitting a post office, blowing out the windows and setting this car on fire. 5 on board dying in the crash. 1 man on the plane surviving with critical injuries. Another person on the ground and 2 inside the post office were rushed to the hospital with injuries.
It's going to be a slow process. It's going to take a while. We're asking the public to stay away from this particular area, respect the privacy of the families, and let the law enforcement and let first responders do their job.
The passengers were heading to today's LSU-Oklahoma playoff football game. One of the dead, Carly McCord, a sports reporter who filed this story just last night.
Now, some people may have some concern that Antonio could bring some distraction.
McCord, the daughter-in-law of LSU offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger. The coach seen visibly emotional, wiping away tears on the field just before the game. Also killed in the crash, Gretchen David Vincent and her 15-year-old son Walker. The NTSB tonight heading to the scene. This community grieving, looking for answers as to what went wrong.
It's a tragic event. It hurts, because you feel for the families, and it's something that we know we're going to get through.
Kaylee Hartung joins us from the scene of that awful crash. And Kaylee, the NTSB is launching a full go team to look at a number of factors, including the actions of the pilot.
That's right, Whit. Investigators arriving tonight will urgently look into what remains of the structure of the plane and its engines. And we should note that pilot was very experienced. Whit.
Kaylee Hartung for us. Thank you. Next to the major winter storm gaining strength and marching east. Winter weather alerts from the Rockies to New England. That wild crash caught on camera in the west. Texas fog there. The semi-truck out of control, coming so close to that KCBD camera person, landing a trooper in the hospital. And this bus out of control, sliding sideways down a street outside Minneapolis. Drivers stranded, going nowhere fast. Roads a sheet of ice. Drivers slipping and sliding in downtown Denver as well. Numerous fender benders there. ABC's Stephanie Ramos with the latest.
Tonight, a major winter storm barreling east just as millions return home from the holidays. The dangerous storm system bringing heavy snow, ice, and rain, causing delays for more than 115 million people. The storm first hitting parts of the west. In Denver, heavy snow and high winds causing near whiteout conditions. Icy roads causing this van to rear-end a car at an intersection. This pickup truck sliding across the slick roads. Drivers stranded along highways. Abandoned cars left on the roads. In Lubbock, Texas, KCBD-TV capturing this 18-wheeler losing control and plowing into other vehicles before sliding onto its side and injuring a state trooper. Over in the Dakotas, snow-covered roads stranding drivers there too. This truck tumbling off the highway. Across Minnesota, police say there have been more than 350 crashes between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. this morning alone. This school bus skidding dangerously into an intersection. Neighborhood streets frozen over. Kids even playing hockey on them.
And Stephanie Ramos joining us now live. Stephanie, those blizzard conditions making travel impossible in the Dakotas and Minnesota, and the winter storm now leading to a variety of travel delays.
That's exactly right, Whit. Air travel has been impacted. Airlines like Delta and United issuing travel waivers in Minneapolis and Denver as more than 200 flights have been canceled and thousands more delayed. Whit.
All right, Stephanie Ramos, thank you. Let's get to meteorologist Jeff Smith from our New York station WABC. And Jeff, that storm now slamming the center of the country, but expected to make a mess of the Northeast by Monday.
Yeah, there will be a rain event along much of the East Coast on Monday, but if you're north and west of the path of this storm, a major winter weather event unfolding right now. Nebraska up through parts of the Dakotas where we have winter storm warnings in effect right through the day tomorrow. We're talking about over a foot of snow in those areas. Let's track this storm during the next 24 to 48 hours. It's all about persistent snow and wind over the Dakotas and northern Minnesota right through tomorrow morning. Minneapolis, you've gone from freezing rain going over to cold rain overnight tonight. As it moves into the Northeast, the very leading edge of this can be an icy mix, especially north and west of a Boston to Hartford line. So it could be an icy Monday morning commute in those areas. But where it remains snow, again, more than a foot possible from northern Nebraska through the Dakotas and northern Minnesota. Whit.
And just as people are getting back to work, Jeff Smith, thank you. Next to the helicopter tragedy in Hawaii, 6 of 7 bodies now recovered. Bad weather putting rescuers on hold. The NTSB on the scene looking for clues as to what brought that touring chopper down. ABC's Will Carr is there with more.
Tonight, as search crews comb this rugged coastline for the last person missing after a tragic tour helicopter crash, the first victims are being identified. 47-year-old Amy Gannon seen with a big smile on her Facebook page, and 13-year-old Jocelyn Gannon from Wisconsin. They set out to take in the majestic Hawaiian views from the air when something went tragically wrong. So far, 6 bodies have been recovered, including 69-year-old Paul Matero, the chief pilot for Safari Helicopters, and a family of 4 from Switzerland. The group touring the Nepali coast was supposed to fly back at sunset Thursday, but never returned.
The area is infamously known for having weather change in a heartbeat, and it's it's mountainous, it's elevated, it's close to the cloud line as it is. The temperatures fluctuate tremendously.
As federal investigators arrive, search crews continue to battle stormy conditions, including rain, wind, and fog. Safari Helicopters runs a fleet of white and green aircraft that take tourists on scenic trips. On its website, the company prides itself on safety. The owner writing, quote, "In this business, we don't cut any corners." This is the latest fatal accident involving tourists in Hawaii this year. 3 people were killed in a helicopter crash on Oahu. Separately, 11 people were killed after a skydiving accident on a twin-engine plane.
And Will Carr joining us now from Kauai. Will, you mentioned there in your report that the company says it takes pride in its safety record, but how are they responding to this crash now?
Well, Whit, as you can imagine, it's been a jarring experience for the family-owned company. They plan to shut down their operations until January 1st. They say they're going to refund customers their money as they try to figure out exactly what went so wrong. Whit.
Okay, Will Carr for us. Thank you. Turning now to politics, former Vice President Joe Biden clarifying his remarks that he would not comply with a subpoena in the Senate impeachment trial, now saying he would, quote, honor whatever the Congress legitimately asks him to do. The vice president saying calling him to testify would take the focus off President Trump's conduct. ABC's Rachel Scott is in West Palm Beach tonight with the latest.
Tonight, Joe Biden is facing questions over his comments about whether he would testify if subpoenaed in President Trump's Senate impeachment trial.
I would honor whatever the Congress, in fact, legitimately asked me to do.
The former vice president has said he would not comply with Congress, defending his stance to the Des Moines Register editorial board.
And the reason I wouldn't is because it's all designed to deal with Trump doing what he's done his whole life, trying to take the focus off him.
Campaigning in Iowa today, he clarified.
So my point was there would be no basis upon which to call me as a witness to an event that, in fact, I cannot have any impact on.
President Trump has repeatedly insisted both Joe and Hunter Biden should testify in impeachment proceedings.
We want Biden. We want the son, Hunter. Where's Hunter?
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell claims he's now open to witnesses, but hasn't revealed the rules of the trial. From his Mar-a-Lago resort, the president launching a new round of attacks against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi for withholding the articles of impeachment, potentially pushing the start of his trial deeper into the election year.
37 more days until the Iowa caucuses. Are you ready?
The 5 Democratic senators still in the race, now bracing to be pulled back to Washington. Senator Amy Klobuchar racing to visit all the state's 99 counties, warning supporters she will be off the trail.
I may be in a little thing called the impeachment hearing, and so you will see my husband and daughter and all these incredible legislators and others that we have supporting us all over this region.
And the trial could take the senators off the trail during the final push ahead of the first contest. But with the timing of that trial still up in the air tonight, each campaign is taking it day by day. Whit?
All right, Rachel Scott for us. Thank you. A quick programming note as well. The latest on the 2020 race and the impeachment tomorrow morning on This Week. Now overseas to Somalia, where the capital is reeling from a devastating act of violence there. A truck bomb exploding at a busy security checkpoint during rush hour. At least 79 people killed, including many students. More than 100 wounded. The latest from ABC's Julia McFarlane.
Chaos on the streets of Somalia's capital city. A truck bomb rocking a security checkpoint in a crowded intersection early this morning. At least 79 people killed in the blast, and officials fear that number could rise. More than 100 injured. This, the worst attack there in more than 2 years. Emergency responders rushing the wounded to the hospital. This man describing the harrowing scene. He says, "I saw many dead bodies lying on the ground." Twisted vehicles lining the street, this van covered in blood. Mogadishu's mayor saying many of the dead are students on their way to universities. Their scorched textbooks scattered in the streets. No group has yet claimed responsibility for the attack, but tonight Somalia's president blaming al-Shabaab, the homegrown al-Qaeda affiliate. The terror group has no qualms with killing civilians. The government has struggled for years to fight their insurgency. Al-Shabaab suspected of carrying out a 2017 truck bombing, killing more than 500 people. Despite a decades-long peacekeeping presence, attacks like today show that Somalia still has a way to go to shake off the enduring threat of terror. Whit?
Julia McFarlane for us. Thank you. Back here at home to Houston and what police are calling a deadly drive-by shooting. Investigators say a group filming a rap music video in the parking lot of an office complex was ambushed in a residential neighborhood in North Harris County. At least 2 people shot dead, 7 others injured. Police canvassing the area for other possible victims. That incident now under investigation. Now to the bizarre scene caught on camera at a family restaurant. A grandmother and 3 children approached by a stranger, apparently trying to grab one of the children, a 2-year-old. But the 12-year-old sibling saving the day. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
Tonight, this 2-year-old boy is home safe after his sister bravely stopped this attempted kidnapping.
She was saying that my brother was her baby, and I was just yelling back at her saying that it's not her baby, that's my brother.
12-year-old Michaela Phillips says she, her 2 siblings, and their grandmother were eating at this restaurant in Oklahoma when a woman they didn't know approached the youngest 2 kids.
She walked up to them and she